love this. I have my busy around here, but I switched it to using the Filofax, and I like that I can kind of...
Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to do a little updated journal and planner ecosystem. A little bit has changed since the last video, so I thought I would show you just what has changed, the updates, and yes, I hope you all enjoy.
So the most major change I made was that I switched from my Filofax personal size to my Traveler's Notebook standard. I think that's, that's what I recently did. I should have checked my last video because I don't know if I was still in this, but I think I was in this, but not 100% sure. But for most of 2026, I was definitely in my personal size Filofax, and yeah, I don't hate it or anything. I love it still. It's just that I feel like life's just a little bit too busy right now, and I need something that is a little bit simpler. Not that this is difficult, but it is like having to print out the inserts. I do about once a month, so it's just getting like kind of annoying and not something I really wanted to have to think about. So kind of this is what the inserts look like. I just have like a weekly horizontal, and I just made these myself and print them and everything. And I think what really made me decide that I wanted to go back was recently I was printing the weeks, and I think I just set the wrong printer setting. So the grid was a lot darker than I wanted. Usually it's a little bit more like this, so it's not as like in your face kind of grid. So when I saw that, I'm like, you know what? I don't know. I just don't want to deal with this right now. And I ended up going back to my Traveler's Notebook. So I really should bring some of this deco over to my Traveler's Notebook. But yeah, I still love this. It's just not really something I want to work in right now. And I still have my Filofax for my journal, so I'll show that in a bit. But this is my standard Traveler's Notebook. Love this. Another thing I love is I got these elastics. I think I just got them on Amazon, and I need to trim this because this is too long, but I just like having different colors, and then I could switch it out whenever I want to. And I just made this crochet keychain a while ago, and so I think it looks cute. And originally this was my gaming journal, and I had my monthly spread here, and then I had two like grid or dot grid, whatever, notebooks, and I am still using that, but I switched it to this cover. I made this cover a long time ago, so I still have my gaming journal, which is now just two notebooks. So I have more of like the review of games and journaling stuff, and then I have actual notes in here. So I definitely have to work in this a little bit more, but yeah, it's just going to be a 2 insert notebook system, and in this fun cover. And then what I did was I still just kept the monthly in here because I couldn't find the 2026 monthly. I think it's sold out. So I found undated version, which I put in here. And then the other insert I have is just a weekly. So I've only done 1 week in this so far, and I gotta set up this week. But yeah, and I used my stickers, which were on my Patreon for April, which they're still available, and it's all stationery themed, so it's very fitting. But yeah, I'm really happy with this as my planner, and yeah, I just gotta decorate a little bit more. I tend to not decorate too much. At most, it's kind of like this, maybe some washi tape, but I try to keep most of my stickers and journaling for my journal or commonplace, which is my Filofax. But I just keep my main appointments here and just to-dos, And then this is just going to be also for main appointments and places I have to go or something like that. So that is my main planner. And I don't know, before I was never into traveler's notebooks, and I think it's because the bound system kind of, I don't know, not really enticing to me. And I didn't like that they were separate books, but now I'm just like, you know what, that's fine. And when I store it, I can always still keep it together. So yes, I've been loving my traveler's notebook. And then I have my work planner, which is my Hobonichi Cousin. And I use this alongside Notion. So I'm not going to show you, but I use it alongside Notion. And most of my stuff is in Notion. But when I'm just working throughout the day and I have notes, I have, this daily page section, which I just use for like brain dumping. And I just have a hard time when I'm looking at my monthly calendar. I tend to have a hard time just like figuring things out that way. Like I need to write it down, or I'll use post-it notes and like kind of do that in the monthly section. And then once I figure it out physically here, then I move it to Notion. And it's a little bit easier for me to grasp, everything. So that is my work planner. Short mention, I just have my sketchbook, which is still the Strathmore, nothing new. Yeah, I need to finish this one so I can move on to a new one because it's kind of falling apart now. And then I have my commonplace and journal, which is in my A5 Filofax. Before, I was wondering if I should use the personal size, but the thing I like about the A5 size is I could put postcards in here if I want. I could put prints in here if I want. I don't know. It's just a little bit easier. Also, if we're traveling, I feel like I could keep a little bit more stuff in here, and I don't have to like rip too many things or cut too many things. So it's just nice to have. I kind of still need to decorate this a little bit more, but I have the monthly section, and this is similar to my main planner. It's just like main events, to-dos, like timed things or holidays. And then I have my weekly section, which is also horizontal, but it's more journaling. I'll show you a better example. This is kind of a good example. I remember I think I did a video on this, but it still has like major events, or major to-dos or events, but also journaling and stickers. And I'd say this is pretty light on the stickers. And then I'll go ahead and commonplace or journal in this section, which I just made like, I don't know. And then I also keep my stickers with my index here. So yes, that is my commonplace journal. I definitely haven't been on top of this as much as I want to be, just because, like I was saying, things are kind of busy around here. But I'm hoping to get back into this and, yeah, just not put too much stress on myself with this because I want it to still be fun. That's the thing, is especially with when I was trying to decide if I wanted to switch back to my traveler's notebook. I was like, well, I really like using the Filofax, and I like that I can kind of customize it a lot, Not that I could do the same in my traveler's notebook, but with the Filofax, I feel like I have more pockets and all this stuff. But at the end of the day, I feel like it's just harder to keep up with this right now. And I still have my other Filofax, so I don't feel like I'm like really missing out on it or anything like that. I still have it, and I still can play around with the Filofax here. So I don't need both, So I feel like it's a little bit of a smarter move for me right now to be using the traveler's notebook because I don't have to worry about the pages and the inserts and printing stuff out, and it's just all kind of here, and then I'm more likely to use it, you know? So I want to keep it simple and enjoyable and not like a task itself. But yes, I hope y'all enjoyed seeing my little updated planner journal ecosystem. Not much has changed, but I feel like I'm starting to figure out what I need this year. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.